If I had a few minutes to tell you exactly what truly makes someone charismatic, I'll say this. Charisma is not about body language or specific words you can use. True charisma, well, it's about the unconscious habits that you consistently perform on a daily basis without even realizing what's going on. You see, charisma is the ability to make people experience desire in your presence. People don't give a fuck about how you look. They only give a fuck about how you make them feel. And trust me, it took me a long time to realize that. I grew up bullied, I was socially anxious, I had to change schools 4 times when I was a kid. I was terrified of people. I was terrified of speaking in front of a crowd. It was truly a mess. And it's only when I understood the habits I'm about to share with you that I finally was able to solve the worst pain in my life. Truly, I was living in hell. And I started getting paid to speak on stages. I got to build a 6-figure audience. I got to close hundreds of deals and dating beautiful women. But most importantly, I got to launch Born to Speak, which is on its way to become the #1 community for public speaking, for influence, and for charisma on Skool. And listen, I'm not telling you that understanding these habits will make you some kind of icon overnight. It took me years and years and years to practice. But what I'm saying is that it will make you more aware of how you think, how you behave, and how you communicate. So today, I'm going to share with you the 5 most dangerous habits that are killing your charisma, like they did for me, and how to fix them so that you can become your most charismatic version of yourself. Habit number 1, being uncomfortable with silence. We can all think of that one person, maybe you know that person very close to you, aka you, that as soon as there's a conversation, as soon as there's silence in a conversation, all of a sudden they go something like, so the weather is pretty nice today, huh? Or, so it's been a pretty long day, huh? Any bullshit that could fill the silence up. It's almost as if they're like, oh, please, I'm so uncomfortable with the pressure of silence, I need to fill it with something. And that's pretty obvious. But what about something that 95% of people struggle with? Filler words. What about things like, and so, like, all of these words, people think it's just a habit, but there's a deeper unconscious reason why they exist in the first place. It's because people are uncomfortable with silence. They cannot hold that social pressure. So let me give you some sauce already that would completely change the game for you. I want you from now on, when you're in a conversation like this, as soon as you start feeling that inner pressure, shit, there's silence, you know what you do? You go out of your head and into the physical sensation of your body. You're in your head, you're dead. So I want you to focus on where do you actually experience the pressure in your body. Feel your inner energy field in your body, what makes you deeply human, what connects you with the person in front of you, no matter if they're in their head as well. They might be in their head right now, just like you're in their head. They might be thinking, oh, what does he think of me? Oh, what if I fuck it up? Everyone is thinking about themselves when they're in their head. But when you go into your body, now you can feel them as beings, as their soul. And you might think, what the fuck is Danny talking about? Well, I'm talking about how I went from being the guy that couldn't hold a few seconds of silence to now being able to be in front of a woman and just look at her and smile and hold eye contact. And now I can see her start blushing. And now she starts being like, why are you looking at me like this? Right? Women love it. They love it. Why? Because it's a sign that you're comfortable with yourself. You're comfortable with yourself. You don't care. You can hold space for people around you. There's nothing more charismatic. And by the way, before we go to the next point, you guys can notice how my style of teaching is completely different from anything you've heard out there. And the reason is that for years I was trying to solve my problem. I was looking for public speaking schools. I was looking for charisma schools. Nothing could actually solve the root cause of the problem. So I said, fuck it. When I figured it out, I built a few principles and I said, I'm gonna launch my own thing. And that's what Born to Speak is. We focus on the root cause of the problem. We do live immersive workshops where I challenge the guys. We give each other live feedback, immersion. If you want to learn a new language, what's the best way to learn it? With Duolingo or being dropped in the middle of a country that only speaks that language and you have no other choice than to speak that language to survive. What's going to make you learn it faster? Of course, it's immersion. Nothing beats immersion. That's how I designed this community. So if you want to learn the skills of public speaking, influence, charisma with a bunch of guys who are all in business, sales, content, personal brand, then the community is free. The link is in the description. I'll see you there on the other side. Now, habit number 2, listening to answer instead of listening to understand. Remember how I said you're in your head, you're dead? Come back to your body. Most people, when they listen to you, they're thinking, oh, what can I say next? How can I make her laugh next? How can I show her that I actually care, even if I'm thinking about my business or I'm thinking about what happened yesterday? Trust me, brother, I'm gonna tell you straight up. She might not literally be able to read your thoughts, but she knows what's going on. Humans can read each other's body language on a subconscious level. If you're in your head, they will know it. They'll feel not present. But if you actually listen because you care, because you truly want to understand, you're holding space for them. You're making them feel understood. What's more attractive than that? It's so rare. It's so rare. Someone who genuinely cares and who's genuinely interested in asking you a question. Think about an experience like this in your own mind. Think about a moment where someone was genuinely interested in your life and you could feel it wasn't fake. It feels so good. That's what charisma is. So I always say, listen with your body. Focus on the physical sensation in your body as you're receiving what the person is telling you. Because even if it's paradoxical, so I'm still focused on myself, trust me, when you're out of your head, everything makes sense. You will be surprised at the types of answers, the types of, I call them downloads that are flowing through you when you're actually present. That's when you become connected with the divine, whatever your religious or philosophy belief is. I'm talking about the divine, something bigger than us, something that makes us connected on the deeper level. That's not some woo-woo stuff I'm telling you here. It's proven more and more by science. Science is the modern language of mysticism. All of these things I'm talking about, it's fascinating. Neuroscience, quantum physics, all of that is proving it right now. Remember, you're in your head, you're dead. Focus on the physical sensation. Stay present in your body when you're connecting with someone. Okay, habit number 3, putting people on a pedestal. How about that? Putting people on a goddamn pedestal. I have seen so many guys. I have been that guy. And I've seen so many guys I've coached. They would be the most charismatic guys ever, only with a woman they don't give a fuck about. Oh, they'll be making jokes. They'll be confident. Oh, I'm the best. And as soon as you put them in front of a woman they're attracted to, all of a sudden they go, oh shit. Now they become awkward. Boy, you are the same human being. And guess what? She is a soul, just like the other woman was a soul, just like you are a soul. She takes shits in the morning. She was a crying ass baby. She has her insecurities. She has her issues. She is human. She is human. The worst thing a woman can feel is that you are needy. Listen, a lot of guys, when I say this, they go, okay, then, so I'll never make her feel special and I'll just be a fucking asshole. Sure, with some women, if you want to get them in bed, if you're just a arrogant, cocky, fuckboy, asshole, you're going to get them in bed. But that's not the woman I'm talking about. I'm talking about the high quality, feminine women, the ones who have high standards. They know what they want. What these women want is they want you to make them special. Of course they do. They want to feel significant for you. They want to be cared for, but they want to be loved, not needed. They want to be chosen, not needed. That's the big difference. They want to feel that abundance that you have around you. They want to feel like you have options. And guess what the best way to make them feel that is? Actually having options. And guess what the best way to actually having options is? Actually becoming a valuable man. But even if you're on the journey right now you don't necessarily have that many options. I still want you to think about this. There are 4 billion women in the world. That's a fact. There are 4 billion women in the world. Okay, let's say, sure, some of them are kids, others are grandmas. So let's say 1% of these 4 billion women are women that would fit your criteria. 1%. Let's say 1% of that 1% is exactly your type. You know what that makes it? It's still hundreds of thousands of women. Hundreds of thousands of women. And sure, a lot of them are in a relationship. Sure, a lot of them wouldn't be a match necessarily personality. But even if you keep on cutting and cutting and cutting, we're talking still about thousands and thousands of women who are your exact type. And who are single and who are available right now and who you would match with. So remember this. And sure, she's special. I get it. I get it. Just like your ex was special. You thought you were never going to move on from her. I remember my first ever girlfriend. Oh my God, the breakup was horrible. Oh, I'm never going to find anyone like her. Then I found my second girlfriend. And then, oh my God, I'm never going to find like her. And by the third one, I started getting it. I started understanding the game. I started understanding, yes, they're all special in their own way. Yes, the connection was special in their own way. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna connect with another woman. It doesn't mean there aren't thousands of women around the world I could deeply connect with and have something beautiful with. The beautiful thing about men is our biological clock. We have not only until the 20s, until the 30s, until the 40s, until the 50s. You can even find the woman of your life in your 60s. You can make babies in your 60s. Sure, she'll have to be much younger, but you see that plenty of times. If you're a valuable man in your 60s, you can find a woman who can still have babies. Literally. I want you guys to remember that. You're good. You're good. And if you truly embrace that, the women, when you speak to them, they'll feel it. They'll feel it. Okay, habit number 4. I want you guys to notice how I've been speaking this whole time. Because the habit number 4 is the habit of uncertainty. Some of you guys use language like this. Oh, if that makes sense, maybe, but I'm not sure. What the fuck is that? Take that shit, throw it away. We're done. No more of that bullshit. Speak in affirmations. But not only this, what is certainty? Certainty is a state. Let's say I was speaking to you like this. So basically, I'm not sure, but I'll do my best, I guess, to help you because, maybe I can. The fuck is that? Somebody get that guy out of here. You receive me in a completely different way. You'll never take my advice. But what changed? I was the same guy. What changed? 3 things. Number 1, my physiology, the way I speak, the physical expressions on my face, my vocal projection, my hand gestures, my posture. What else changed? What I was focused on in my own head. In my own head, when I play that role, I'm focused on back then when, I really didn't have any skills and I really wasn't sure, if I can really help someone. And then when I speak like this, I'm like, wait a minute, I have a whole community. I've been doing that for years. I've spoken in front of thousands of people. I have hundreds of success stories. Come on now, I know what I'm fucking talking about. I went through that shit myself. So see, the focus is completely different. But last but not least, the language I'm using, the maybes, the I'm not sures. Language is everything. And if you don't have that state of certainty yet, guess what? Fake it till you make it. Yeah. I said it, fake it till you make it. Back when I was still diagnosed with social anxiety, which by the way, language, what would have happened if I listened to that language, huh? So when I was still diagnosed, but I still wanted to be a speaker, what did I do? I had this whiteboard in my room and I was starting to read self-development books. So what I would do is I would read a chapter and then I would start teaching it. I would start teaching it to who? To no one. To ghosts in my room. I would be out there asking them questions, interacting with them, laughing, making them raise their hand. If you were to look at me from the side, you'd be like, this guy's crazy. Yeah, I was crazy, but you know what I was doing? I was faking it till I made it. I was building proof in my mind that I'm already that person, so that when I actually became a speaker and I got my first speaking gig, people said, oh, he's a natural. Sure, I'm a natural after years of practicing that shit. So that's the power of faking it till you make it. Okay, the last point, habit number 5, storytelling. Notice what I just did for point number 4. What did I do? I shared the story of the whiteboard. Why? Because the world is shaped by those who learn how to move people. And the best way to move people is with stories. People relate to stories. If I just share facts the whole time, I'll lose you. You're gone. You're gone. What is war? What is religion? What are prophecies? They're all stories. Billions of people have died for stories. Billions of people have lived because of stories. Stories are the most powerful thing in human nature. Practice sharing stories. Just put yourself in situations where you share stories. Sometimes in Born to Speak, what I do when I have a workshop is I just say to a guy, hey, stand up, tell us a story. Share a story with us. Boom, on the spot. Why? Because this is the most important skill out of all of them. Literally. So if you want to go through that type of training, if you fuck with what I'm talking about here, you want to get challenged, you want to join the brotherhood, you want to join these live workshops, the link is in the description. If not, I make daily videos here, so you'll get the sauce regardless. All right, my brother, I love you. I'll see you here soon. Peace.